In Photoshop, you can create a color lookup adjustment layer to apply specific color grading effects to an image from the LUT presets on this list. In this Photoshop tutorial, I will show you how to create your own custom LUT files and export them into Premiere Pro to apply the color grade to your videos. To save time, we will work with this document containing a color grade made up of these adjustment layers. The final look is not important, I just wanted to use multiple adjustment layers with different settings to show you that the resulting LUT file would contain all the adjustments. I started with a hue and saturation adjustment layer. Then from the yellows, I shifted the hues and reduced the saturation. Then I applied a gradient map that goes from blue to yellow using the color blending mode and the opacity set to 35%. And finally, I added a solid color fill layer using the soft light blending mode and a blend if adjustment that removes this color from the shadows. Notice that I'm using multiple adjustment layers with different blending modes and opacity, as well as a blend if adjustment. Once you have a color grade that you like, you can go into File and choose Export. Then select Color Lookup Tables. By the way, this is not going to work and you'll see why in a moment. When I select this option, Photoshop will tell me that we cannot export the color lookup table because this document has no background. What does that mean? Well, if you look at the bottommost layer, this is not a background layer. It's at the bottom, but it's not a background yet. To make it a background, go into the layer menu and choose New Background from Layer. This layer will now read background and you will see a lock. Now I can go back into File, Export, and once again, choose Color Lookup Tables. From this window, you can give your LUT a description. I'll just call it Warm Color Grade. You don't have to enter a copyright. Then choose a quality. High is a good option. The higher the quality, the larger the file size. Under Format, you can uncheck all the boxes except for Cube. The Cube format works with Adobe Premiere Pro and a lot of other video editing applications. Then press OK. From here, we gotta give the file a name. I'll give it the same name, Warm Color Grade, and click on Save. Now that we save the color grade, let's apply it using a color lookup table adjustment layer. Disable the previous adjustment and go into the color lookup table adjustment layer. From the 3D LUT file section, click on Load 3D LUT and find the file that you created. Here it is, Warm Color Grade. Select it and click on Load. Photoshop will apply the color grade. It looks exactly the same. All those adjustment layers created this specific look, but it is now applied with that single layer. To make this LUT preset appear in the color lookup adjustment dropdown, place your 3D LUT file in your computer's corresponding Mac or Windows folder shown on screen. Then restart Photoshop and you will see your LUT file in the dropdown. You can now apply this color grade from this menu. And to apply this color grade to a video, open Adobe Premiere Pro. With your clip selected, go into the window menu and choose Lumetri Color. From the Creative section, go into the Look dropdown and choose Browse. Find your LUT and press Open. This will apply your color grade created in Photoshop to your video file in Premiere Pro. You should also be able to import this file to other video editing applications. To make this LUT preset appear in the Look dropdown, place your 3D LUT file in your computer's corresponding Mac or Windows folder shown on screen. Then restart Premiere Pro, and your LUT will now appear in the Look dropdown and you can apply it to any video.